Hello, and this is Daniel from the Noah Podcast. Joining me is Eric.
Hey, I am also from the Noted Podcast. Hello.
And today we are reviewing all of the 2022 movies that we have watched. And we're
Oh my
gonna
god!
we're gonna order them in a tier list. So we have National Treasure, which is
Yes.
obviously
Has to
Shrek.
be, yep, pay respects. He
Well,
he was the one that started it all,
and then
being a
Phenomenal.
national treasure.
Phenomenal is a phenomenal movie. It is of a high tier caliber. It's not necessarily a national treasure,
Yeah,
but
national treasure is like Hall of Fame.
yep,
Like it's up there. Nothing can touch it. Even the things that are up there with it. It doesn't even matter that they're up there. It's just perfect, you know?
exactly. And then
Phenomenal, it depends.
Phenomenal is like an extremely well-made movie that makes you feel a lot of emotions and its storytelling's good, its characters are good. It's
Yeah.
it's just a little bit under it. You consider it your A tier.
Yeah.
This is great. It's a good movie. It is not necessarily amazing, but it is not bad or anything, and it's above average.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was enjoyable. I might rewatch it once,
Yeah,
but
this is
not.
like
But
this
it's not
is
something I'm going back to all the time, unless I just want a dumb, fun watch. You know?
yeah, this is one of those shows that you watch and you're like you binged like it's like one of those like one season shows that you binge and you're like super about, but then you completely forgot that you watched it.
Mm-hmm.
But you still really enjoyed it, and when you remember that you watched it, you would rewatch it. That is what that is. Forgettable is just like I watched this show and wasted 18 hours of or 15 days of my life. You know, however, whatever show. You know, it's just like it's a forgettable
Yeah.
show. Like
Movie.
you watched it and you liked it, but like, sorry, exactly, movie. It's a forgettable movie, but it's just not that good.
Exactly. And
And
then
then the last one,
I,
Daniel.
I hated it, which is here because of RV.
Yes,
There might
equal
be
equal
something
to
else, but
equal to The Bad Place,
yes, which is
which
in the next
of the
episode.
TV shows means laughable, disrespectable.
Exactly. So we'll start with 500 Days of Summer. I think this is. I'm tied between these two. I'm not entirely sure what tier. I think it might just be great, but honestly, I feel like it could be bottom tier of phenomenal. Like bottom.
I could, yeah. I get you. I would say, I would say let's go with great right now,
And we can adjust.
and we should adjust. Yeah, I think we should go. I like when we get to the next movie, we should just go off of first instinct and then adjust.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
then the next one, Adam Project, I think it's at most enjoyable, but I think it might be forgettable to be honest.
Yeah, I would I kind of agree with forgettable only because like I don't even remember the reason like he came back. Like he went back in time. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll just
I
save
know
his
that I
life.
know of. Well, oh yeah, huh?
I will say for one reason why it's enjoyable.
It's
One
a Ryan
reason.
Reynolds. It's
No,
a
no,
Ryan
no.
Reynolds
One
movie.
reason. The scene at the
Oh,
very end with the dad and the
oh,
two sons.
passing the yeah playing catch.
And when he hugs Ryan and says it's not your fault, I love you, I care for you.
I'll
That
take it.
scene
Yeah,
that scene
yeah,
alone in my opinion is such an emotional pull that I remember this movie for that reason alone and it sticks in
yeah.
my head. I think that makes it
I'll
that I
agree.
think that emotional moment is what makes that an enjoyable
Yeah,
movie.
it tips it over the edge from forgettable.
Yeah.
Okay, the Batman.
I think this is our
Ooh.
first phenomenal
I
movie.
I yes, I will happily agree with phenomenal.
I
I might argue for National Treasure, but
I'm not against it.
I want to disagree with myself. Like I want to say National Treasure, but at the same time no. So I agree with phenomenal.
I think it's up there for sure. I think once we see what else we put in the tier, I might put it there. I
Yeah.
think it does Batman in a way we haven't seen in cinema ever.
Oh, oh yeah.
And
Which is
the
ugh,
the villains are
beautiful.
great, the hero is great, the soundtrack is
Amazing.
great. It's
Yeah.
the runtime is good. Honestly, I'd say it's probably I I'm
Yeah.
phenomenal for sure. I'm definitely
I would say,
I'm teetering on National Treasure.
yeah. I think that at this point, it is first place phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that Bullet Train is a enjoyable, fun watch above Adam Project. Is what I would say.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would also possibly put it below 500 Days of Summer Great, just because I've been wanting to watch this movie again, but because of all the shows and other things that we've had to watch, I I have not had the time to watch it. Just because I want to see if it's orange.
Oh, you want to see?
Yeah, because I actually think it was my TV. I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie. I think it might have been my
You were
TV.
right. I think I could see it being. I could see it here.
Yeah,
I could.
because there
There's
are
a lot
really
to
good
love.
moments. Yeah,
There's a lot to love.
it's good. It's
I
good.
I don't know. I don't know if I would put it in the great just because I don't know if it really
Mm.
makes me feel anything except it's just fun.
Oh no, I get you. I
But to
get
be
you.
fair, Shrek also is just
No,
fun.
no, 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 no. It's uncomparable.
um,
You cannot to compare
I
anything to
personally,
Shrek.
I think, sir, I might be a little biased.
You are biased.
I feel like I'm tempering my bias because if this was
Yeah.
a me tier list,
Yes, that is. This is true. This is true. This is true.
I think it's
I see the modesty, and I
I
think you're trying to sway me
I
to
think
argue
it's
phenomenal.
I think it's great. No, I think it's great.
No, I know. I joke. No, I agree. I think um I was making a joke, but I would actually argue for phenomenal only because of the topics argued and for
Don't
it
have to
I
don't have to
feel
say it
like
more than once
it's
for me.
I feel like this movie was ahead of its time a little bit. If that makes sense.
Oh,
What are
oh,
you doing? Oh
I don't
god,
know what I'm
no.
doing. I didn't know I could do that.
You've messed
I
it up.
I think this movie is one of those things that this
Yeah.
is I
Nope,
see what
you gotta up, yep, and then go nope.
oh
Yep. Yep. Now move
oh
that. Yep. Got it.
oh
Okay, we're good. We're solid. And
oh
you gotta.
God
Yep. And then yeah. Nice.
oh
Okay.
God. Um,
Okay.
no, I
Circle.
think I definitely agree. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's for an indie film. It's one of a kind.
So true.
It keeps you engaged while never really leaving the set
Oh,
of the
you're
same
engaged.
room.
If you like this movie, you're engaged the entire movie.
Oh yeah,
Besides from the funky CGI ending, like
that's where
it's
all
a
the
little
budget went.
yeah.
That's all where all the budget went.
Sadly, yes, and it looks horrible, and it just makes me really sad.
But I think,
Yeah,
I think, and
it's
it
solid.
really plays on what is good and bad. How do you decide who dies and
Yeah, yep.
who we are as humans?
It's a big brain movie, dude.
It
It's
is.
a good one.
Yeah.
Don't look up.
I personally
Okay,
think this is like
I argue.
possibly just
I'm just
because of the
playing.
period piece. I'd even
I
say National Treasure.
I'm playing devil's advocate now. I was gonna say I don't think it's better than Batman. I
Hmm.
do think it's phenomenal. The only reason why I don't put it higher than Batman is because it was so anxiety inducing. It hurt
But
to watch.
that's what it wanted you to feel.
No, and I know that, and I know that. That's why it's phenomenal. But it was almost like this. Yeah, it was just, in my opinion, in this side of the Noted podcast,
I
it was
yeah.
almost too much, dude. It really made me go cold sweats, hands.
Personally, I would put this above Batman, but it's not like
Yeah,
it's not a life, it's not that big of a difference for me.
yeah,
I think they're both very close.
yeah. Because
Doctor,
I feel like Batman could be a national treasure. Like
I think Don't Look Up could be too. Personally, I do. I mean,
I
think of when
do.
it came out.
No,
What
dude.
what
Yeah,
it
I'm down. I'm down. I'm down.
encapsulates.
I'm down. Get it up there. Get it up there. Get it up
Okay,
there. Get
because
it up
what
there.
it encapsulates
Yeah,
of
I
the
had to big
time,
picture. Yep. I
like
had to big picture that one.
if you just watch this without knowing anything about 2020, then it's one thing. But if you watch this knowing what happened in the last 2 years,
Living through the
yeah,
pandemic and yeah. Okay. No, yeah. It's a staple. It's a staple of its time.
Doctor Strange 2, I think is forgettable.
No, I hate it.
You hate
I,
it?
I I argue I hate it.
Okay.
I think I can trash this movie till I die. I think it's so silly, and I could trash it. I could laugh at this movie. Actually,
I think there's enough
no.
fun. I
Listen,
think there's enough
yeah,
enjoyable
yeah.
scenes in it that it's not.
I'll
I
yeah.
hated it, but I definitely think
I
it's
forget it.
forgettable. I
I
don't want
forget
to
it.
watch it again,
Same. I'll
but
forget it. I'll
but
forget it.
I don't
Yeah,
think it's as bad as RV.
this is truth. I had to rethink. I had to rethink just how bad place RV is, and then
Yeah.
I went forgettable Doctor Strange. Oh God, I don't know.
I actually think Giver is here and this is here.
I could see that. Yeah. I are.
Actually, no. I
I
think it's like
feel like
this. Maybe this.
yeah. I would argue for Giver to be great, but it's also not like that mind blowing like acting wise, which does
Yeah.
pull you out of the story and the big picture, which is why I love the book so
I
much.
think
Like the
I think
book
the
would be
book is
phenomenal.
phenomenal. Yeah.
Yes, the movie is yeah, is fun and enjoyable. It's a one-time watch to understand,
Yeah.
big picture ideas.
Uh
Phenomenal. Debatable. I
I
would say
I think
debatable.
it's
Yes.
above Batman
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah, it's above Batman. I don't think it's the National Treasure, personally.
I personally think it's
If
one
you
of
can
I
give
think it's
if
one
you
of
can give me an argument for National Treasure, you might have me.
oh yeah. I
But
mean, I think it's one of the best coming of age stories ever for one.
I'll agree with that.
I think it's one of Robin Williams' best acting jobs for two.
I disagree with that, but I also
Um
agree with that.
I think that it encapsulates a therapist patient relationship in a very healthy way. I think it also is Matt Damon and what's his Ben Affleck at some of
Batman.
their artistic peaks, which is ironic considering it's like their breakout film.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll
Um,
say yeah. No,
Actually, no,
I agree.
I don't know if I would say National Treasure though.
I don't think
I
it's a
think it's
national
phenomenal
treasure.
though.
I think it's a rightful first place phenomenal.
I agree.
Yeah.
Um, her I want to say either high great or
I would say last place phenomenal or first place great.
yeah.
And I feel like those are the same thing. Like I feel like where one starts another begins besides National Treasure.
I have a hard time putting it in a tier that Circle isn't. I think it's in the same tier as Circle. I think it's
Yeah.
phenomenal. I
Yeah.
just think Scarlett Johansson does such a good. That's such a hard role to do, being a disembodied voice with
And
no anything.
and
She's.
not only that, but for her to be cast last minute as well.
I didn't know that.
That's insane. Yeah, no, you know the girl who plays 50 Shades of Grey, that chick? I don't know anything else that she's in.
I don't know.
Um she apparently was supposed to be Samantha,
Oh,
but Scarlett Johansson got it last second for some reason. At least I think. I might be talking out my ass, and I'm really sorry. But next, the movie is In Time, and I would say forgettable. I think the premise is too good for it to be hated upon. That is my argument for it to be not hated. I can understand if you hate it.
so
But
poorly executed. I agree.
yeah,
The
but the
premise is
concept
amazing,
is just so good, dude.
but like,
Oh no, the execution was horrible, and I could agree with I hate, but I just feel like the world that it has could just I feel like that itself could just be
I
amazing.
at least for now, I'm willing to say the world building alone is the only reason why it's forgettable.
Yeah.
Jim and Andy.
The only documentary on our list.
I'd say it's top of the list of fun watch. I don't think I'd write home on it, but I definitely think if you're a fan of Jim Carrey and you like his stuff, it's a really really cool watch.
Yeah. I would say bottom of great. The only reason I say that is because like Jim Carrey's he's
I
such
do
a he's such a like he's a dude, you
Well,
know?
and I, as a peer, like I also like historical stuff, and I do agree. I think
Yeah.
it's really good in that aspect.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
would rather watch that than any of the other movies enjoyable.
Yeah, fair. I'd say,
Ah, yep, next movie.
Man on the Moon. I think is,
Yeah, I would go somewhere in fun.
I think it's above Giver, just
Yeah.
because the acting's
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. I
We're the
would say
Millers. I
I
think
would say
is.
Bullet Train is above Giver.
Yeah, I agree. I think Bullet Train is personally, even though the acting in this movie is great, I think it's better than. I think Bullet Train's better. I think
I
Bullet
agree,
Train's
yeah.
more
Yeah,
fun to
it
watch,
is.
and it's a more
Yep.
enjoyable movie than this one is. Even though the acting in All Mine and the Moon is super good.
Yeah.
It's funny that the documentary about Man in the Moon is better than the movie.
Well, that's because there's just more information.
Yeah,
It's just more things to tie you into the overall experience of what he put himself through.
yeah.
It's insane, dude.
We're the Millers.
On my own list, that would be in phenomenal. Like Jim and
I
Andy would be in phenomenal.
really,
Yeah. Where the Millers is first place great. I'm about it, dude.
yeah. I
Yes.
think
I feel like if anything, that also might be last place great or
Dude,
last place phenomenal.
I think that's the only comedy movie that I could put up here. I just
Dude,
think
it's
but
so good.
I just don't
It's
know.
good, dude.
It's
It's
just
good.
it's
I mean, Her is kind of a comedy. So like
not really.
no, I
It's
mean
a
no,
dramedy.
no,
It's a
yeah, you're right.
dramedy at
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
It's a drama. Personally,
Um
I think that I don't know if I can put I think it's great. I think it's a great movie. I don't think I can
first place great.
I think it's a first grade great. I don't think I can put it that high.
Okay, I'm about it. I'm about it.
Um
Okay, I will not take anything less than enjoyable. If you put anything less
Oh,
than
I don't think
enjoyable,
it's.
I will be so pissed.
I think it's so much better than enjoyable. I don't
Okay,
think it.
good.
I think it is easily here or
I
here.
I would put it right there. I'd put it between the Millers and the
Yeah,
500 Days of
it's a
Summer.
it's a great movie. It's a
It,
really good movie, and
this is the only movie that I would be legitimately pissed if you put
I would never. I
below.
like the
I would
movie.
be so mad, dude. I would be like, "How dare you, Daniel? How dare
I
you put disrespect on me?"
I think Shawshank Redemption.
Ooh.
I almost feel like it's National Treasure, to be honest.
Yes. I will agree with this simply just because of how many references that this movie has produced
Exact
in so many different genres
and
that it's just its own entity. So I'll agree.
and
I
Morgan
agree.
Freeman's great in it, and the other dude, the main actor, I can't remember his name, is
I
fantastic
never,
in it.
yeah,
It's just,
I
it's
never
a good
remember his
movie.
name either. It's so good.
I think it's a national treasure.
The
Shrek
good
2,
old Shrek 2. I'm
I
gonna
think,
say third place great, last place great.
I think it's
I
last.
don't
I
know.
think it's
It's somewhere
above Jim and
there.
I think it's above Jim and Andy. I
I
think
mean,
Shrek
I
1 is
think it
better, to be honest.
it
Now that I'm
might
thinking about it.
it might be above 500 Days only because of a nostalgia factor.
I
But I
am
do
gonna
real
watch this
I
more than
do
that, but I think as like an artistic standpoint. I mean,
no, yeah,
we
I'll
can't
agree.
even say artistic standpoint because we have Shrek here.
No,
But
but
Shrek is also there because
that's
it is an actual national treasure.
it's a national treasure.
These are movies that deserve, in my opinion, to be national treasures.
Oh, 100%, dude.
Um,
I'm down
I
for Shrek 2 there.
I think Shrek 2 is good there.
Yeah.
Social Dilemma, I think is
I would say it's between Shrek 2 and Jim.
really. I think
Yeah,
yeah.
or first place. Okay, this is going to be really weird. I would actually put it first place forgettable.
First place forgettable.
This listen,
It's
the
better than
no,
the
no, no,
Adam
no.
Project.
But listen, this is the only reason why I say this. Don't actually put it there yet though. Is because the premise of it is amazing, but I can't watch this multiple times because I don't it's just going to be like old facts that aren't relevant anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like as much as crazy and as impactful as it was the first time, like I just don't.
I think it's
I
I
think
think
if
it's
we're
above
going off
Adam
of
Project.
yeah,
I think it's above
yeah,
Adam Project, below the rest.
That is
I'm
true.
okay with that.
Yeah. Forgettable. Yeah, no. No, yeah, you're right. You're right.
I think Truman Show goes here.
I argue for phenomenal.
Okay.
Simply just because.
Or at least high grade, I think, yeah.
My argument for last place phenomenal is because this movie made us watch a whole month worth of Jim Carrey movies.
And it is a really cool, like, kind of concept. Yeah. And it was super impactful on I mean, honestly, once you get to like great though, honestly, I think Jim and Andy might just be like top tier here, to be honest. Because
I would put Bullet Train first, and I would put Jim and Andy next to Man on the Moon. Yeah, I would almost put them in the same spot if we could.
Yeah,
like if we could group those.
I think that they have to be paired. I think it's above it. I think what I was gonna say though is everything from this point forward, I feel like
watch it whenever
has impacted media and society. So.
We are realizing trends. Besides The Circle. The Circle was amazing.
Yeah, The Circle deserves to be in that category.
Yes, that it does.
So, I mean, 500 Days of Summer, maybe not. It didn't do that. Okay, I would say Patch Adams and above. I mean, Patch Adams.
500 Days of Summer did well when it was first out, dude.
Yeah, I guess positive. I'm just trying to think of like, I mean, because you guys got paid meme from this. Truman Show's The Truman Show. Everything is imitated this. Robot Girlfriend. I mean, people don't talk about her a ton, but it still impacted it when it came out.
When it came out, dude,
it broke.
Everybody was talking about it.
Batman. It
broke the world.
Yeah. You like them apples? We've already said why this is so repeatable.
Yeah, we don't even need to talk about National Treasures.
Yeah, so I think honestly,
no, I disagree with that. I feel like that being the last place one for great makes sense, just because Shrek 2 is great.
I love that movie, and it has so much sentimental value for me, which is why I love it more than the first one, but I think the first one's a better movie.
100% agree. That's why it's a national treasure. But I feel like the second one was the last good one. Because I didn't like the third one, and I didn't like the fourth one. Yeah. Walter Mitty, phenomenal, in my opinion, or high grades. Yes. Concept of it is beautiful. Chase your dreams. Don't live in your head. Live now, present. You know.
I could get behind like a high grade.
Yeah.
And okay,
I feel it being next to Truman Show makes sense. So I'm about that. Yeah. Ooh, this next one is a U one.
This is just my opinion.
I know.
It's either here or here.
I'm down to do second place, Forgetful. Yes, because I know you were not a fan of this movie. No. This movie, though, globally did wonders, and the story around the world shocked people. No. Just everything about the War of the Worlds story broke the world. Like, people thought that this was actually happening over old school radio broadcasts.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
I think historically it has a huge.
Crazy.
Historically, it has a huge impact. Movie wise, though, I don't think it's that good of a movie.
Yeah, I think if you would have watched it when you were younger, I think if you would have watched it at the age when I watched it, like young, like really impressionable, I think this movie would hit you differently. But watching it now,
I will say
its effects are bad.
I can say, because of the historical context, this is the highest I would go.
I'm about it. I would still, I can still say forgettable, but I respect it. I like it.
I think Paprika
the acid trip
is easily here.
You think so?
Personally.
No way. Actually?
Personally. I just think it was that good of. I think it was that good of a movie.
Oh, Daniel. Okay,
Oh,
okay. I'm
I
sorry.
don't
I'm
know. Okay,
sorry. No, 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 no,
I'm
no. Wait. Time out.
torn, but I'm
Time out.
torn
No, wait.
between these two.
You pick whichever one you feel. But you're fucking welcome. You're welcome, buddy.
It's just
You're
such a.
welcome for both of those movies.
You did a good job, bud. You did a good
You're
job.
welcome. As
um.
as as Eleanor would say, you basic.
Hey. I recommended you to watch Don't Look Up, okay?
Yeah, but that was also because that movie had like not just come out, but like that movie was crazy big.
Yeah.
Both of the movies I gave you were fucking irrelevant as hell,
Yeah.
but just amazing. Anywho, let's
Uh,
not compare
I
apples to oranges.
I'm just trying to
You're
think.
welcome.
I'm just trying to think if
I
I
would
don't
put
know. I don't know. I think this emotionally affected me more than this movie did as just like
it just amazed you.
artistic beauty
It
of a
just left
movie.
you in awe and what?
Yeah. Honestly, at this no, I think her stays there. I think Circle maybe be below her. Maybe above her. I don't know. I think it's above her.
No, I think it's above her.
I think it's above
I
her.
like the topics and the conversations that people have in her. Like
Yeah.
as much as not her, sorry, Circle. As much as like her is um like a really crazy concept of humans first emotionally connecting to AI, like that's a great concept and I love it. But hearing humans argue about humans for an hour and 20 minutes and just like ethical and moral quarrels, ugh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I like it more than her, but
I do too. I
yeah.
agree. I agree. Um
Okay, the movie we just watched.
I personally, just to start us off, this obviously isn't hard set, but
Yeah.
personally, I think it's here.
I would say it's higher than The Giver.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, dude. No, I think it's higher than The Giver
per-
and possibly higher than Jim and Andy.
If I were to do this by myself, I'd put it in great.
Yeah.
But
I could also see it being in great, but I weigh the other end of the ship down with just my like hateful soul of Christmas.
I think that's funny because that leads. I'm okay with this spot. You okay with this spot?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
I love that spot.
Then that leads us into
phenomenal.
this. I think it's at least.
Are you down for Behind the Millers? Or in front of the Millers? Around the Millers?
I'm thinking. I'm just not trying to let nostalgia cover my eyes too much. I think it's definitely in this one of these two spots. I feel like.
Yeah, the only one that I had nostalgia take my eyes was Patch Adams.
Honestly,
maybe a little bit of Shrek too, but I would say below the Millers. I think I would watch We're the Millers way more.
Yeah.
Like if they would be like, "Hey, do you guys want to watch Santa Claus 2 or do you guys want to watch the Millers?" I'd be like, "Well, is it Christmas time?" No.
Honestly, the more and more I think about it, I think it's this.
You think so?
I think yeah, because I would rewatch 500 Days of Summer more. I'd rewatch. Honestly, I think this. Personally, but I don't know if you agree with that.
See, I would watch Patch Adams more than 500 Days of Summer,
Yeah.
but I like 500 Days of Summer because it's a little more artistically beautiful.
I think they're right by each other for sure.
Yeah, I think they're interchangeable. I wouldn't really care which one they were in front of.
And I personally I love Santa Claus 2 a lot, but yeah. I don't think it's I just can't put it higher.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
I can't say it's a better movie than 500 Days of Summer or Patch Adams or We're the Millers, Truman Show, or Walter Mitty. Okay. Now that we have it set, what's your thinks to move it around?
I'm down to move War of the Worlds down to Forgettable, first place. Because I only watch that movie like once every like 3 to 5 years, so I would say Forgettable. But I still love it, and the significance of just the actual story is just crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one for you. In Time, is the world good enough to save it?
Personally, I don't think so. I
You
think
don't think
I
so?
would I think I would tell people about the concept and talk about
Yeah.
the concept, but I don't think I would ever recommend anyone watch the movie.
Really?
No. I don't think there's enough substance in the movie for it to be worth watching.
So you think that
I
so
don't think the
so
acting's that good. I don't think the action's that
so
good.
here's the next
I don't
question.
I don't think there's an emotional tie. I
Would
think
you ever be like, "Hey Eric, let's watch In Time and shit on it." Would you do that as a fun? Like as like a drinking game?
I did
Like
have
every
fun.
time they like every time they look at their arm, take a shot?
I did have a lot of fun shitting on it. Yeah, I'd put it above that.
So do you want to do first place hate?
First place, yes.
Yeah, first
Yes.
place hate because
Yes.
it's one we can watch and make drinking games about.
Yes. So is this here? I think it might be, but I'm not sure. I might say like high place forgettable to be honest.
I would say last place or middle place forgettable. I think that that's one of my least favorite Ryan Reynolds movies. Like I like it because Ryan
Yeah,
Reynolds is
I
in
would
it,
prefer
but
watching
like
all. I don't think I would really watch this movie or this movie ever again. I would watch this just as a drinking game,
yeah.
which we're gonna do when I move in, by the way. Now,
Oh, bro. Yes.
every time
I
they
just
look at
can't
their
I
arms, we're
just
gonna be
can't
dead.
believe. Oh, yeah. No, we're going to be sloshed by the first 15 minutes. Um no, I think the real crazy thing is that when I wrote the script to that movie, the Time Detective Time Investigators FBT, um, I would pause it and write down specific numbers on their arms. I tracked. I
Yeah,
made
you track
I
their
made
time.
I made like
That's how we knew
notes.
there were so many like plot holes because
Yeah, because there were
you
so many
tracked
times
it.
that there were so many times where it's just like a couple minutes were gone, or like, like they when they said that they had seconds left, they got knocked out by a car for 8 hours. It's like, whoa, wait a second, they should be dead.
Yeah,
Let's see. I'm feeling good about it, dude.
I
I'm thinking
I
it's pretty solid.
I think so too. Um,
I think okay, maybe I might be a little biased by this one.
mhm.
But I think I'm biased about it because I just love the episode so much, is Paprika. Like, that episode that we recorded was just freaking insane.
I don't think it's a national treasure. I do agree. I love that
No, 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 no,
episode.
no,
I
no.
don't think
I'm
it's a
just
national treasure. I definitely think it's phenomenal though.
no, I'm just thinking if it should be higher than Goodwill Hunting, but then at the same time, I love Goodwill Hunting, and I don't know if I love it more or less than Paprika because I love Paprika.
I like Paprika more than Batman. Is it a better movie than Batman though?
No, Batman's better movie wise, but concept and like deliver, like that movie is like none other, dude.
Yeah, it really.
Paprika is crazy.
I think I'm okay with this.
I'm about it. I'm about it.
I think I like
I
this.
like it. Yeah, I like it too.
I'm surprised with. I'm not surprised really
Ooh,
with.
that's a good one. Which ones are you surprised about,
So
and which ones are you not surprised
yeah,
about?
fun and enjoyable down. I'm not surprised whatsoever. I'm a little surprised by the fact that I know I like this movie a lot. I'm just kind
Yeah.
of surprised that we have it. I think I'm surprised 500 Days of Summer is as low it is. To be honest, I would
Hmm.
think it would be higher than that.
Yeah, because I mean, that was the movie that you were like, "This is my shit."
Yeah,
Like,
I love that
you
movie.
you really you really loved that movie.
I almost want to say I personally. Okay, this is retroactive, but I almost want to say it's better than.
I don't
We're the
think 500
Millers.
Days of Summer is better than Truman Show.
I was gonna say We're the Millers. I don't think I would say it's better than Truman Show. I agree. I agree with that. And I'm also surprised where the Truman Show is too.
Honestly, kind of, yeah, same. I feel like the Truman Show should be in Phenomenal. personally.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't think I'd put it above her.
No. I think it's last because and then like Walter Mitty is really similar to Truman Show,
Yeah.
kind of in the sense of like man built in own world.
Honestly, I feel like for the what this movie made me feel, I think I'd put that above this movie.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that's a great place to wrap up, though.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Dems are the movies that we watched this year.
thank you for listening to the No podcast. I hope you guys have a great day. And if you have any requests for us to watch, let us know. This is coming. This is the nice wrap up to 2022. Thank you for watching any movies you have. And if you're wondering where you can watch these movies, we have lots of playlists where you can find these movies in. So give us a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. This has been Noted.
Yer.